What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete here. This is a question that I've gotten a few times here, and I just think it'll probably be a pretty short video. But people ask me, when do I do my financial coaching? So, what's my schedule like? And this has been, so I can just tell you, it's usually Monday afternoon through Friday morning, if if that. All right, see you later. Actually, it's a little more complicated than that. That's generally when I do it. I find that most people don't want to do coaching first thing Monday morning. They don't necessarily want to start off their day. A lot of people will do it during, their workday, and I generally will limit coaching hours to the workday hours, kind of 8 to 5 p.m. And usually that means between 12 and 5 p.m. on Monday, and usually between 7 a.m. and noon on Friday. And this has come from years of experimenting around with it. So I used to have some evenings open, Thursday nights I would keep open till midnight, for people that were traveling abroad. I had some people in the military and things like that were stationed overseas. And then I opened up Mondays, or I'm sorry, Saturdays and Sundays on certain days and things like that. And what I just realized is that, especially as you coach more and more, and a lot of my coaching initially was in person at their home, sometimes in my office, or wherever we could do it, a coffee shop if need be. Although I prefer private places, but what I realized is that um, most people that I was coaching had flexibility. So they were professionals. They worked in an office. They could close their door. They could talk to me. They could have a lunch break. For some people that didn't have that necessarily flexibility within their work environment, they would take my call from their car. At least they had the flexibility to be away from their desk for a little while. Some people would schedule me over their lunch hour. In fact, I would block out lunch hours on my calendars for the most part, and force people that wanted that noon to 1 o'clock time period to actually request it, and then I would open it up and do it then, because I understand that some people don't have that flexibility, but I certainly really wanted it during the day. And despite me opening up Saturdays and Sundays and Thursday evenings and really early mornings on Tuesdays and trying all sorts of different things, I would have some people sign up for them. But guess what? I think, like me, that I didn't want to work during those periods of time. A lot of people are more idealistic than they realize, and they think, hey, if I sign up for 5 a.m. on Friday so that I can do a 5 to 6 a.m. coaching session and then get ready for work and get to my office, it tends to be a little bit like, I'm going to get up early tomorrow to work out, and then I'll get cleaned up and head to work. And it's one of those things where I got lots of cancellations at the very last minute, or even 5 minutes afterwards. I had a penalty in there, but it was still better and more pain, or less painful, for people to pay the penalty sometimes than to do it. So that happened enough where I just realized, listen, people booking at 4 o'clock on a Friday or 5 o'clock on a Friday, just by the time that rolls around, they're just not motivated to be on the phone. They're already in weekend mode or whatever, and coming out of the weekend, they don't want to just start off their week by getting into something intense. Really kind of digging deep, asking tough questions, coming up with tough answers, or whatever it might be. And so it just tended to kind of naturally for me fall between Monday afternoon to Friday morning. And that was kind of it. And a lot of those, for whatever reason, were Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursdays. So I would pack them in there. But that's generally when I do it. Now, you may work with a different segment. You may work with a demographic that does not have job flexibility, that may be hourly, that may be working on machines or assembly lines, that cannot step away for a minute other than their break times, right? And so they just don't have that. They may need evening hours. I remember I had a client that had two jobs. He would work a 9 to 5 and then eat dinner from 5 to 6, and then work at or cleaning up construction sites from 6 to 10 every day. So, he did not have job flexibility. It was not like he could get to the construction job for his part time job and then take 30 minutes off to take a phone call. That just wasn't. Wow, didn't wasn't how it worked. And so I would talk to him during his dinner hour, and it had to be very specific, and that kind of fell outside my normal working hours. So you can do that. And for a lot of people, if we're working on something, focused on, hey, working on trying to get your credit up or whatever it might be, it's not necessarily something that's going to have to persist forever. You may realize that this is probably a 2 session engagement or 3 session engagement, maybe a one-time engagement, whatever it might be. So kind of keep that in mind. So when people ask me, hey, when can I connect with you, I'll usually say, hey, I'll send you my calendar invite, and it'll show everything available from like 8 to 5 p.m. And then obviously, if that doesn't work, if they email me and they say, "Hey, I looked and I can't find anything that works, and this is the reason," I'll definitely work with them on that. But generally, most people, especially when they want hours outside of my hours, uh, they did not often stick to them. And that was just fine by me. I like having a regular working work week as well. So if you're asking me when I do my coaching, that's it. Hopefully that helps you. See you later.